Hey, what's up, guys? So today I have something pretty interesting here in front of me. It's an old dual Pentium 3 workstation motherboard, and it has some pretty interesting things about it. Well, it's actually, first off, it's not a workstation, it's a server. But yeah, it's really neat. I found it just laying around at my job, and honestly, I've never really seen much of anything like it. Um, but yeah. So, like, the first weird thing that I noticed about it is that it actually uses this baby AT style, like, connector on it. And it still has the, if I can get a shot of it, the newer ATX. If I can get a shot of it. There's so many cables in the way. Yeah, here we go. The normal ATX power, if you can see it. But it requires that and this, but then it also has room for the 4 extra on the side. So I have no idea like what that is. I mean, this power supply, it has those 4 extra pins right here, actually. But I haven't tried plugging them in and not having that plugged in, or plugging these in and also plugging that in. Just simply because I don't want to kill this board. And it's working just fine the way it is. So, moving on to the RAM. I think I have ECC RAM in here. Yeah, I do. I pulled this out of another Pentium 3 server, actually. I think I have a gig in here. I think these are all 256 meg sticks. No, they definitely are. I remember which server I pulled it out of. Actually, it was gutted pretty hard, but it still had the RAM. No processors though, and I can't get that back in. Okay, pro tip: make sure the RAM's facing the same way. But yeah, honestly, I've never seen a dual slot one board before. But I did get a couple. First, I got this one, which was the dual Pentium 3s. Both of the Pentiums were in here. When I found it, there was no RAM, no power supply. It was just an open board in a box. I don't think it was ever used, because it was just so clean, and it was in an anti-static bag. But yeah, so we found it with no case. And then we found a dual Pentium 2 server board, actually, that didn't work. One of the Pentiums was totally heat damaged. It was just toasted. Like, it was, the metal was warped and all weird colored. This cooler, like, the cooler part of the Pentium just, like, snapped off. It was not good. And the other one, I think, was internally shorted, I think is what we decided it was. But it doesn't work either, and honestly, we didn't want to get a Terminator board to test it out and see if the motherboard still works. So I don't know what we're going to do with that, but maybe eventually we'll find 2 Pentium 2s and put it in there. But this case, this was another workstation. We found this after we found those 2 boards, and it had 2 socketed Pentium 3s, not Pentium 2s, Pentium 3s in it, and it didn't work. And none of this in here is original. We actually had kind of a nightmare happen. The original power supply went on and off and on and off. So we decided to be dumb and plug it in to that computer right there, actually, which is an Athlon XP. And we thought it had killed it, but it was just playing dead, so thank God. That's my Athlon XP. And then we plugged a power supply into this, not this motherboard, but the motherboard in this case, and it killed that power supply. That power supply no longer works, which is fine, I guess. So yeah, we got this RAID Max. It doesn't work the best, but it works. It turns on the computer and it stays on. Sometimes it whines. Sometimes it gets a little funky, but I mean, I can't tell what that is. Like, this board just sat for so long. I can't tell if it's the power supply or if it's just one of these or you know, it's crazy. So, moving on. My hard drive of choice was a mistake, first off. It's a Seagate Cheetah server drive. Come on, focus. Yeah. This thing is loud, and I will be doing a proper recording of that in a minute, so you can hear it. As loud as this thing is at startup, is as loud as it is. Like, it stays that way the entire time, which is honestly why this machine doesn't see much use. That and the noticeable lack of an AGP slot. We just have PCI and a PCIX. Yeah, so not much use outside of just normal computing stuff, which, I mean, this is what this is for. Like, it's for heavy use of the processors to the server, so not really worried about that. It actually has on board 40 pin, I want to say, SCSI, with this Foxconn cable. Of all cables that I found, it was kind of a miracle that I found one. I think this was the only one that worked with this hard drive. So, yeah, pretty cool. I think the original disk drive in here is also dead because the front one is black. Yeah, so I think it was, I actually don't know. I think I have it. Hold on. So, yeah, I totally have it. It's just this beige, most generic Toshiba drive that you've ever seen. There's the manufacturing date, 1999, so not the oldest drive ever, but it's a Toshiba drive, so I'm not surprised that it's dead. Just a normal IDE drive, so nothing too special about that. I think this one, it's either like a Sony or a Samsung, I don't really remember, but we found it in like a stack of optical drives, and we just picked whichever one we first saw that was IDE. So one of the more interesting things about this computer, the computer that was in it before it, was it has this tape drive, magnetic tape. It's a Seagate, I want to say Travon drive, but the front door is obviously gone. I only have, one of these tapes. Yeah, it has a name on it, so I'm just going to cover that up. But yeah, I've never actually hooked it up and used it, because I've just never, that just says library on it. So this was probably used in the library. No idea what's on that tape. I have no idea if this drive works. But to use this drive, it came with this SCSI add-on card. I honestly can't tell you off the top of my head what type this is, or like whatever. Even if I even have a cable for it, I'll have to look. But yeah, and in the same box was another interesting thing was this back plane, just the board and a couple of fans that attach to it. So, and we tested this back plane. It totally works. So I don't know what we would use this for, but we decided to keep it around just in case we needed to attach 5 SCSI drives to it. So yeah, it's really an interesting computer. I have no idea what it was used for. This board or the board that was in it before, because it was totally dead. It had a RAID configuration in it that was completely wiped. I think we tried to plug in the old drive, which I think was this one and another one, or it might not have had a drive in it at all. I don't remember. I've had this for a month or so now, Yeah, no idea what it was used for, but currently it's just I turned it on. We installed Windows 98, Windows 2000, and Windows NT 4. But it hasn't really seen much use because of this hard drive, um, and the fact that I have an Athlon XP, and then in my closet back there I have another Pentium 3 that I was using um, before it didn't die, but like it does all sorts of weird things. But talking about hard drive replacements, I have options for this one. I have a 40 gig Western Digital Caviar, I want to say, um, that I pulled. It was originally in the Athlon XP, but I replaced that with an 80 gigabyte Seagate. Um, but I have no more of these drives. But honestly, this one's so annoying that I'm kind of okay with losing the speed. I was also considering putting this thing in here, the Quantum Bigfoot TX 8 gigabytes with Molex power support and IDE connection. It's slow as molasses, but it's funny. Uh, so yeah, not like this machine is practical in any sort of the sense. So I was like, why not just go full impractical and put the slowest drive I own and probably one of the most powerful Pentium 3 systems that I have my hands on at the moment. So yeah, another interesting thing about this case is the full-size speaker back here. I don't think this works. This entire case is really weird. Half of it doesn't work. I think this reset switch down here doesn't work. This power LED doesn't work. And because of motherboard incompatibility, none of the drive activity lights work. So I just kind of have to guess if my system is locked up or what, or if the drive's being accessed. So I don't know. And this motherboard also just has some weird issues, like the SMC, the server management controller, or whatever it's called, doesn't work properly. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we're going to boot it up. It's been sitting unplugged. Even from here, I use this power supply to test something. So it's been sitting unplugged for about a couple weeks now. So we're going to see if any of those errors come up. As far as expansion goes, I think I just have a Vibra 16 clone in here. I have some Sound Blaster Lives that I pulled out of old computers, but I honestly I wanted to use one of these because I was going to use DOS on this machine because it has no AGP slot, so that I could just, run something on it, a game or two, and have Sound Blaster 16 support because it's also like my only computer with ISA. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's turn this thing on so you can hear it in its full glory. Alright, so I got it all hooked back up, and honestly, I'm kind of going overkill with this whole setup. I got my decent condenser mic out that I use for music, and I plugged it into my camera. I really just wanted to capture the essence of this hard drive in as high of a quality as I could for your listening displeasure. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Oh, and the button on this is like a big old deal. It squeaks. All right, so let's make sure she's on. Yep. All right, let's boot her up. There she goes. Yeah, she's doing a lot of work. Such a loud drive for a whole bunch of nothing. So it looks like Oh. There's no good way to record this computer. So it looks like Ultimate Boot CD was in here. It's hey cool, I plugged the keyboard into the right one. Which is not what we want, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. I don't know if you can still hear the hard drive in the background, but yeah, here's my Ultimate Boot CD. Very handy. So I thought, since this computer is already set up, and you've probably seen a Windows install 800 million times, I thought it would be neat to try and install a game and run it on here. So I am going to install Half-Life and try and run it. Oh, and another weird quirk with this computer is the power button doesn't work. Besides for turning on the computer. It doesn't turn off the computer no matter how long you hold it unless it's booted into an operating system. That's probably just the server motherboard quirk. I have no idea, so hold on. There we go. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's turn it back on. So I actually don't own very many CD games. Besides like Myst and like Tron, so like I just have like a burned Half-Life disc that I'm gonna use, and I think we're going to install it under Windows 2000. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. It just seems to run better on this computer. In all honesty, it's more stable, whereas Win9X it's just it doesn't work very well. Or whatever this boots into, I'll install it on that. So yeah, starting Windows. Looks like 2000. Yep, Windows 2000 Professional. Oh, camera, please. Okay, that was weird. So yeah, this camera does not like this screen. I might have to switch to a not CRT. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry, this is my first time using this camera, like, for anything serious. Okay, so let's go ahead. Nothing is installed on this computer, really. Except it has MIDI files on it, which could be potentially funny, but I won't torture you guys with that. Maybe someday. So let's Half-Life game. Install. I don't think this installs the latest version of the game. I think it's like very close. Like it's only an update or two away. So this should be a decent version to test out. Look at her go. Yeah. So while that's running, let's do something else. Let's look. Alright, so yeah, here's the computer. Under computer it says x86 Family 6 Model 7 Stepping 3. It's an AT or AT compatible, and it has a gig of RAM. So, this is working. Yep, and as you can see in the task manager, it shows both of the processors working equally hard just to install Half-Life, and almost no memory usage, so that's neat. Probably because 1 gig is kind of overkill for this system, but I had it, and it doesn't work in any of my other systems, so why the heck not? In fact, I have more of this stuff just laying around. I went from not having any to having just way too much of it in the course of like a couple of hours. It happened to all fall in my lap. Looks like we're just waiting for Half-Life to finish installing. So I've been snooping around my add-in cards, and I've been looking at like things that might be useful in here potentially, and I looked at this one. This Pinnacle Systems, I don't know what it does card, but it has 2 composites and 2 S videos. Video in, video out. No idea what it does or if it even works under Windows 2000. But I've considered putting that in here and just seeing what it does. Like if I could record composite video and it looked good, or S video and it looked good. Because I currently don't have a way to do that, and I would like to. So that might be a thing. I've also considered putting even older operating systems on here. I have all but disk 1 of if it'll focus, Windows for work groups 3.11. So I might make a disk 1 of that and install Windows 3. But other than that, I really don't know what practical use this system has. Like it sits, no graphics card. It can play MIDI files. That's a pretty good use, in my opinion. But other than that, maybe it can host an old server or something. But like, what? So I have no idea really. So if anybody has any suggestions on what I should do with this thing, I would really appreciate them. Or if like there's any old versions of like Linux that I could check out or anything, let me know. But Half-Life's done, so let's do that. Let's get a CD key. That's totally legal and legit. All right, and we're in. I don't think I have sound hooked up properly. No, I definitely don't. Are you working now? Nope. Should I quit and rejoin? Okay, yeah, audio's working now. As you can probably not hear because I'm using it. Is that okay? Maybe. We'll figure it out. So let's go ahead and try the the hazard core. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Oh, this thing's wigging out. Okay. So let's try and cut this thing some slack. Software. Yep, it's running. Never mind. I can't cut it any slack. It's running at 640 by 480 already. So, yeah, I guess this is just going to be weird. It is rendering everything in software. I don't think there's really any sort of acceleration. I mean, there's definitely not. It's like VGA controller enough to just put a display on the screen. So let's see if we can, I can't really get a good angle on this with my camera. Hold on. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get for the camera. Okay. Oh, that's loud.
Hello and welcome to the Black Mesa Hazard Course, where you will be trained.
I don't know if you guys
in the
can hear
hazardous
that.
environment suit. I am your holographic assistant.
I don't think so.
Let's begin by
But let's
stepping
just.
into your suit. You can see it suspended.
I mean, it runs
If you see one of these
okay. Like, it's not terrible. I mean, when nothing is going on, it runs just fine. So maybe it would be just fine, except for the fact that it's taking up only like a fraction of the screen, and
first move we will practice.
you know, there's nothing going on. Like if there's some enemies on the screen, maybe it'd be a little bit slower. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised at how well this is running. It could be because of the dual Pentiums, but I don't know. I'm just gonna make it through the hazard course and we'll move on to something else. Okay. So I went ahead and switched to probably a little bit of a better mic for the situation. But I kind of wanted to use my like little SM58 over here, just to try and spare you guys from some of the room noise, but that wasn't working out too well for getting the sound. So you guys are just going to have to suffer with me. Alright, so let's install something else. Sonic Adventure. Sonic CD. Well, Sonic CD. Sweet, wonderful. Oh, nope, there it goes. Faking out on me. Up. What? What even is this error? SMAP LS IP EBB 12 could not be located in the dynamic link library kernel32.dll. Okay, so I guess we're not installing Sonic CD. I mean, as far as software goes, I don't have a ton besides this sealed copy of Office XP from the Microsoft Worldwide Fulfillment Center. I have like a million of these, so I guess it would be fine if I opened one and installed it, but I have no idea if it's compatible with Windows 2000. I mean, it should be. So just in case anybody thought I was bluffing, you know I ain't bluffing. Office XP. Office XP. That's not Office XP. That's Photo Deluxe, which I could install that too. Office XP. Office XP. Office XP. It just keeps going. This isn't even all of them. I have so many of these things. I don't know what inspired me to take all of the Office XP CDs, but I did. I have issues, if that wasn't exactly apparent yet. Okay. Wait, was that installer going to work? Well, too late. We're already running Office XP. So here we go. Here's the installation wizard. Product key. Oh, I don't have that. Okay, so let's find a totally real, legit Office XP standard key. Alright, and we're moving along. Let's do a complete install. Alright, so we're going to get Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook. You know, part of me didn't expect that to work. I really didn't. I just kind of Googled and I found the key on some blog spot. I mean the back of my CD case. Yeah, it was crazy. So, yeah, very cool. So while this is installing, I went and I found another candidate for the disk I'm going to replace that Seagate with. And it's another Seagate. It's a Barracuda. And what makes this so special is if you turn it over, you get this nice little message about the C Shield. It helps protect your drive against electrostatic damage and makes installation easier. So yeah, no, and it gives you all this nice like installation instructions, like use Drive Wizard. Like what? You already have a bootable drive. Oh, so this is like if you're slaving the drive, you use Disk Wizard. But yeah, no, it gives you all the installation instructions and all that stuff. But I don't know if this drive works or like how good this drive is. But based on the fact that it has the C Shield on it alone, I really considered putting it in here. Because I really just want to pair a ridiculous drive with this ridiculous computer. That's my only wish, because I don't know what to do with it. What else is there to do with it? I mean, it's a 20 gig drive, so it'd be big enough. Like, I mean, anything would be big enough, basically. What am I saying? Oh, and I just noticed this. Warranty is void if C Shield covered or any seal or label is removed. So take care of your C Shields, because your warranty is void if you remove them. Another candidate for the next hard drive in this computer is this Western Digital Caviar WD400. I mean, there's nothing too special about this drive besides that it's all black, which I thought was really neat. It was originally in my Athlon XP machine, but it has stuff on it that I want to look through before I use it, and honestly, it's not better than my Seagate, and my Seagate is twice the size. and it was also kind of new, like 2004. I think the Seagate I had is from 2000 or somewhere around there, a little bit earlier than this. But I don't know. I just didn't want to use it. It was a cool looking drive. It's a nice drive. I wanted to put it in something a little bit fancier than the Athlon XP. So yeah, that's why I think maybe this drive will be it. I have no idea. Oh, and another drive I just wanted to show off before we wrap up Office XP was just this really nice looking Quantum Fireball Plus. It's also 40 gigs. Sadly, it doesn't work. But that was originally going to be the drive that went in this computer. I don't even know if it turns on, but if it does, I'll be sure to record it and put it up somewhere for you nasty hard drive freaks out there. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like really nice. It's kind of cool that instead of all the labels being this way, it's this way, and I'm honestly just like a big fan of quantum hard drives. I mean, I have a freaking quantum Bigfoot for no reason other than for no reason other than it's a joke. It's a joke. Seriously, this entire drive's the only reason I own this drive is for a joke. Like, there's nothing good about this drive. It's too big, it's too slow, but God, I love it so much. I guess you could do some pretty gnarly spreadsheets on this thing. But yeah, no, here's Office XP running just fine. Not like I had any doubt that it wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, it's neat, I guess. I guess I could make a PowerPoint in here and, have some fun with that. But like, other than that, I mean, I don't know. It's connected to the internet too. So, I mean, let's just go to our website in construction. Oh. No. Oh no, okay. Okay, everything works fine. Yeah, no, this is just currently what we are using to host some older... What are you doing? Some of the older, especially the drivers for this computer, they were kind of a pain in the butt to find. So some of them are here in this About folder that keeps throwing up errors, probably because this version of is too old. But yeah, Sid wrote up this whole document about some of this. But I don't know. I don't know if we're going to keep adding to it. I'm working on something to catalog all of our old computers and all the softwares we use on them. But I have no idea of a timeline on that. But I guess I could pull it up. Yeah, currently this is what I'm working on. Totally irrelevant to everything else in this video. But and it's not like anywhere near done. But like, say we have the Pentium 3 here, and then it would pull up information on the Pentium 3 or the Athlon, and then it would pull up information on the Athlon or just any other computer. I have a semi-working upload form. Yeah, no, it's just my intro, my start into PHP. Definitely something I might finish or work on more. As far as storing old drivers for computers that we have, so people can look at them, or maybe they have similar computers. I know my Athlon XP was almost impossible to track down all the drivers for, and I wanted to. I'm sorry, and I wanted to have a place so people could find those and download them, like the proper versions for the operating system, and just all that stuff. But yeah, totally irrelevant to the video. I just thought I would show that off. Alright, so I guess we're gonna see what this Adobe Photo Deluxe is all about. Oh, it's sealed. It was. It's not broken. It just kind of came off. So I guess I didn't accept the EULA. I didn't break the seal. I just moved the seal. Oh, that disc has been in there forever. It was stuck. Ew. Ooh. Fancy. Okay, let's move on through. Click to install. Okay, so... Oh, there's multiple apps. Okay, so... I guess... Oh, and there's, trial applications. Oh, how neat. Okay, so I guess just we're gonna do Photo Deluxe, first. Oh, so it pre-fills in the serial number for you. Alright, so at the end of the installer, it says that we need to install the required fonts and ATM. So I guess we'll do that too. Alright, so we got the required fonts and the ATM installed, which stands for Adobe Type Manager. So we're just rebooting our computer, and we'll see what Photo Deluxe 2 is all about. Just beautiful. So that actually comes with a couple pieces of software, Deluxe 2 and Easy Photo 2.7, so I guess we'll check both of those out real quick. Okay, so I guess we won't be checking that out. I don't know why it let me install it, but there's not enough RAM, even though there's a gig in here. I don't have any of the original boxes or anything, so I guess I just have too bad of a PC to run Photo Deluxe. Let's see if Easy Photo works. Yep, that works. Oh, so I need a photo. Okay, so I went ahead and I found an image off the internet, so we're gonna see what this program does. I think it's just like a baby does Microsoft Paint or whatever. So like I guess we can put like a pacifier on Drake. Can we? No. I guess not. So let's see. What's this stamp? I don't know what this is. I don't know how to use this program. What's that? Okay. So we have a lasso tool up here. Let me guess. It's just that's lasso select. So just I guess it's just basic image manipulation. As far as I'm aware, there's a de-red eye tool, remove scratch, which is basic healing, obviously. My guess is these over here are sample images. So like if I was to I could drag this below this and easy photo tips. I mean, I don't know. I don't really plan to use or learn this program, so we're gonna exit out, and I'm gonna go ahead and be done with this computer because it's loud and annoying. But for those of you that are worried that you're not gonna get enough multi-Pentium 3 action, I have this over here, this gigantic Pentium 3 file server that I'm probably gonna do a video on next. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, for this video, that'll be the end of it. I've had enough of this computer. It will probably never be turned on again after this video, unless I just find something absolutely insane to do with it. That would be interesting. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.